when when our artificial intelligence detects that something could be an event that needs further action, it goes to our remote guarding center where a human in the loop, will look at it. And if it's determined it needs additional action, they will talk down to the person through speaker systems.
All right, welcome back inside our proactive newsroom. And joining me now is James McCormick. He's the CEO of Cloudastructure. And James, it's good to see you. How are you?
I'm doing very well, Steve. Thanks for asking.
Good. Well, good to have you along. Excited to learn more about the company. I know 2025 was a really big year. We'll talk about that in just a second. But for those not familiar with the company, tell me a little bit about Cloudastructure.
Sure. So Cloudastructure, we are at our core a video surveillance company that uses artificial intelligence. We mainly sell to enterprise customers, think multifamily complexes, apartment complexes, although we're in other verticals. And our differentiation from other reactive security systems is that we have humans in the loop, meaning we process and upload about 9 million videos a day right now across all of our customers' cameras. And when our artificial intelligence detects that something could be an event that needs further action, it goes to our remote guarding center where a human in the loop, will look at it. And if it's determined it needs additional action, they will talk down to the person through speaker systems. And, you in the blue hoodie with the crowbar in the parking garage, you're being videotaped and the authorities have been contacted. And 98% of the time, we stop the event from happening before it happens.
And that's a big key, because obviously we've seen security systems where it's like, I've got video after the fact, but something's already happened. So what you're suggesting is it's this real time, a new layer of security added into it.
Absolutely.
Yeah. What's sort of the response that you're getting from people when you bring that story to them and talk about how you can make buildings and things more secure?
Sure. Phenomenal question. It took us a little bit of time to make some inroads into initial customers, but what we find is that once we're in and we're reporting to the customer that we stop the following events, and we try to also monetize what those events could have cost either the tenants or the property itself, we find it's a much easier sale, I guess you would say, right? Right now, we have a great reputation in the marketplace. We have essentially 100% customer retention, and it makes it easy for us to either sell into existing companies or customers. We work with 6 of the top 10 property management firms in the United States, right? And those 6 manage something like 10,000 properties. We're in a smaller subset of those, but it becomes a easier process to land and expand, if you will, right? So it's an easier process for us.
For sure. And I was reading as I was researching the company that you just completed an integration in drone technology as well. So sort of taking that from that static camera into something you can use drone wise.
Yep, absolutely. That's in concert with a partner of ours that provides our mobile security trailers, right? That we designed alongside with them. And that's just another layer of security, right? The drones that, if needed, we can have both humans in the loop, but if it's determined that something's going on that needs an additional layer of security, the drones can be activated, and it's really a unique product offering that we have.
Yeah. And I guess, James, it also is at a point where it's so needed these days. I mean, we've seen crime rates that are rising, and not to the fault of any of the owners or businesses. It's just, it's the cost that you have to do this in order to protect yourselves and your properties.
Yeah, 100%. The statistic that we use is that 85% of property management companies report the crime is on the rise. Yeah, I'm surprised, frankly, it's not a little bit higher than that. But yeah, absolutely, crime is on the rise. And solutions like ours that are proactive, not reactive, really can make a difference in deterring that crime. As we said earlier, we've got a proven 98% success rate in stopping crimes or other events from happening before they happen.
Yeah. James, it's you mentioned that some of the people that you work with, and it shows within your numbers. I mean, you've had a phenomenal 2025, a real rise in revenue, some
Mm-hmm.
record numbers here as well. Talk to me a
Yeah.
bit about 2025.
Yeah. Um, in 2025, we had approximately 270% revenue growth over full year 2024. Our Q4 25 over Q4 24 was over 300%, and Q4 25 was the largest revenue month in the company's history. So, as we like to say, in any business plan, if someone's shopping a business plan to a venture capitalist or a possible investor, there's that inevitable hockey stick, right? And then the magic happens. And if you look at sort of a trend line of our quarterly revenue growth, we're right. We are in the knee of the curve from a revenue growth perspective. And I guess the easiest thing to say would be you could expect that to continue as we look ahead to 2026.
Yeah, that's my next question is about 2026.
Mm-hmm.
Is it really pushing the products you have now? Is there still continued R&D going on, or a little
Yeah,
combination of everything?
yeah. It's a combination of everything, but I think what we've found is that there are additional verticals that we're able to sell into that use the same technology and have the same profile, right? Of either stopping a crime or stopping a theft, I guess you would say. Um, we like to call it transportation and logistics, but think of a high-end truck parking lot
Yeah.
where, upscale amenities, those sorts of things, where the trailer is being protected while it's parked. Cargo theft is one of the number one um, areas of theft in the US and rising. And we can stop that, right? We can capture the event, we can talk down, we can notify authorities, etc. Construction sites is another one. If you think about it, right? Tools, materials, copper wiring, those sorts of things. And we've got a couple of unique products. One that we've just finished from an engineering standpoint, sort of an enclosure, a fixed device that has our brains and cameras and speaker technology in it. So there's a number of verticals. There's a couple of them that we're looking at that were, as well as additional expansion in multifamily, that we are very excited about our prospects with, and we believe will drive significant revenue growth in 2026.
All right. Well, we look forward to hearing more about that for sure. James, thanks so much for giving us an update on what's going on. It's going to be a busy time ahead, and we look forward to following your story. Okay.
Thanks so much, Steve. I appreciate it.
All right. There's James McCormick. He is the CEO of Cloudastructure.